Okay, so we have just finished our first session with Scarlett, and for those of you who are watching this, you've experienced like a full coaching conversation from the start to the end, and we kind of take time to go through each part. But hopefully, through this conversation, you can see how, as the coach, we just bring client-led, client-focused, moving to where the client would like to be, right? And then really setting up the next session. So this gives us a very good space for us to say, hey, what will happen uh, after the actioning? And I think most coaches will be very, very curious, or most professionals, leaders will be curious to find, hey, what will happen to my client after the session? So I think, we're delighted to have Scarlett here, who is so open and so kind to share her life with all of us, and how she's really wanted to share this part of the journey, this coaching journey with us, right? And I believe she's going to be a great coach, helping many individuals who are just like her. Perhaps you are also watching this and you have your own passion, your own careers, your own dreams, and you have taken that step forward, plunging into the deep. And I always tell I told Scarlett in one of our sessions previously, I say if one day my Nihongo is of a great level, then we could have a session in Japanese, and then yes, and I would love to draw, like a coaching manga or something like it. Some very, very nice. So one of these days we could do that, some characters. Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's where, the beauty of coaching always brings us back to who we are. Yeah. And for you, Scarlett, what are you realizing about coaching?
I think it's kind of surprising that because from my career or some kind of my passion to entertainment, and I can realize how what what kind of a person of myself or a new learning about that I really need a output and then like to be proud myself.
Mm,
So I think coach is kind of a a process that makes me reminds who I am or what kind of person that I am. Yeah.
mm. And what would you say is something that you found interesting about that coaching conversation that we just had?
Because sometimes is um at that moment I just comes out that wordings and then just maybe only that moment that I can come up with that like the keywords that I
Mm,
come up. So maybe if without that coaching process, maybe I cannot like suddenly can comes up to the answer.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I always love to the post conversation right after the coaching, because I think our audience will be very, very curious, or even learners will go, hey, okay, how did the client feel? Like what happened in the process. So I love what you mentioned, that how coaching sometimes it's a conversational space where uh something emerges, right? It's not something. It may not be something totally brand new, but it can be something fresh, right? Something fresh, like this fresh realization that I've kind of forgotten that this is something that I used to be my reason of why I'm doing it, and now I come back again. Yeah. Mhm. And how are you feeling throughout the whole coaching conversation process?
No, I'm feeling really good because when I smile and also Jedi is also smiling and really giving me many like positive feedback and reaction. So yeah, I feel really good in this process. Yeah.
Yeah. And any thoughts about how you would take your coaching forward?
Keep working on my recording.
Yeah, I think it's really great to kind of like look at how the passion can go in, or even how you are showing up in the conversation. So a little bit like what we did here today, where we do not know what we're going to look at. So I think when Scarlett and I were just thinking about doing this recording, we do not know what topic to talk about. So I just say, hey, whatever that's in your mind. Yeah, it could be personal, professional, anything you want. Let's just open a space for exploration. I think that's the beauty of coaching, where sometimes you don't know, right? It's an unknown. But in that moment of unknown, the most unconscious part of us is coming out, right? They say, hey, maybe this is the thing that's really within me that I really want to kind of speak of. Yeah, yeah. And how do you feel from the start of the conversation all the way to now, where with this new realization, what do you uh what are your thoughts on that?
I think my like mind
Mhm.
is changing because in the very beginning I was talking something maybe nervous or some not good experience or something like that. So maybe getting down. But after like the process, you reminds me the passion or why I really want to join in this industry and something like that. So it also comes up to the end.
Yeah,
So that's why it's maybe dropping from the
like
very
what?
beginning and then yeah, go on.
Okay, I like the visualization where sometimes the client is coming to the conversation, there's a little drop, but then there's a
Mm,
little uplift, right? And so if you notice, we are not trying to force anything. Like to say, okay, Scarlett, you must go up there by the end of this conversation. No, I also do not know where they will go up. I do not know where they will go even down, right? It could go all the way down, even more, right? But as the coach, we know, or we just be confident that the process will take care of itself, because the conversation space, and all we need to do is just hold the space for the client and just giving them that co-created space for them to just express themselves.
mm.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
great, great. So, yeah, any other thoughts, Scott? Oh,
Mm, it's okay. Yeah.
okay, good. All right. So once again, thank you for taking your precious time to spend time with us, do a little post session feeling, and what we're gonna do maybe after your week or two in this in the company, right? And then we'll check in with her again and how it went. Yeah, and I think that will give us a very good way to see how the coaching is transforming for the client.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.